Your world will be consumed by the Devourer. There is nothing you can do to stop him, for he is a universal force, as essential as the stars. Hold your loved ones close, and speak the words you've been afraid to speak. Use this time to rejoice and celebrate, for your time is short. I herald his beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus.
Now, based on the title of this video, it's clear that you know exactly what it's about. Now, the Fantastic Four movie isn't exactly the greatest movie of all time. In fact, it's not even the greatest Marvel movie of all time. Yet, it's perfect for what it is. And in many ways, it might actually be the most Marvel movie we've had in a while. And as we all saw, the movie isn't the most groundbreaking thing. And the reason I call it perfect isn't due to tons of setup or hundreds of moments of grandeur, but in fact, quite the opposite. This movie's ability to stay grounded in a multiverse, a cinematic universe of overcomplication, is really what sticks out. Now, this film does what so many films fail to in the modern era, and that's trust that fans are willing to accept a story without tons of setup. Now, we as the fans are immediately just thrust into the family that is the Fantastic Four with what feels like about 5 minutes of exposition about their first mission, how they got their powers, and all the years just leading up to this present day in the movie. You see, there was no use of unnecessary flashbacks about Reed and Ben to force us into believing the characters' relationships when they were children, or even ridiculous flashbacks of Reed grappling with being a very smart child just to really hammer home to the fans that he's intelligent. As we, were kind of forced to see in the previous iterations. Or should I say iteration? I'm not going to lump in some of the goats with that garbage, okay? And, there was also no need for the use of awkward and random dimensions or suits that control the hero's powers just to try and fit into the worldview and create a believable narrative for the viewer. You see, for the first time in a long time, we as fans were trusted to take in the information given and fall right into the movie. And that's exactly how it used to be. And that's exactly how it's meant to be done. Now, this movie knows exactly what it wants to be. It's not trying to recreate an Infinity War, and it's not trying to push tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of multiversal nonsense down our throats. Instead, it stays rather extremely self-contained, and really has almost no ties to the main 19999 universe. Now, what it does do is it seems to sort of ride that soft reboot wave that was pushed out by the Thunderbolts, which really just allows for us to keep it fresh, and after having that little bit of a palate cleanse, we can really taste all the flavours that this film has. Now, this film does something extremely well, and that's that it doesn't try too hard. And on top of not trying too hard, it's unapologetically what it is. Now, that's kind of just the new age of superhero films with Superman and everything else that's coming out. You can see that we're moving away from trying to make things too real. It's okay for things to be comic-y, to be funny, to just be what they are. And this film does that perfectly. From the costume designs that are unapologetically Fantastic Four. You got the blue, the white. We don't have to make it look like it's some military outfit. We don't have to make it look like it's some silly spandex. I guess spandex is the right thing, right? But what I'm saying is, there's no fear of it being too goofy, right? And that's the same with the humor. That's the same with how the characters act and how the characters interact with each other, and even in the CGI that they use and the creativity of how they fight. We were allowed to accept that this is just a great superhero film. It's a superhero film, and that's fine. We don't need to make it feel too real, and we don't have to make it anything more than what it is. And they do that perfectly. Now, like I said before, the Fantastic Four film is not the greatest film of all time, but it is perfect in every way that it needs to be. And that's because the film doesn't try to change the world as we know it, as so many in the past have done, but instead reintroduces the Fantastic Four family with heart, with vigor, with style, with humor in a way that we've always needed. In a way that we once were so accustomed to that we forgot it's how our films are meant to be. And realistically, you don't need stretchy powers to come to this conclusion. You just need an opinion. In line.
You're going for the gospel singing now. There's some kind of...
I don't want you to waste my time. I don't want you to waste my life. I don't need you